Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. On today's episode, I'll be investing my first crore in real estate.
We're going in this.
Yeah, it's 120 meters.
Is there like a red button that we press? Well, I'm not here to buy a house. I'm here to invest in real estate. I'm very new. I'm coming with a 1 crore budget. Can you please help me and show me what I can buy?
Best time to invest is right when the developer starts excavating the earth.
Oh, starting from the digging of the ground.
Yes,
itself.
the much earlier the stage of construction you buy, the better is your IRR.
And hopefully learn how to make 4x returns on my money. So 20 lakhs has become 1 crore in 4 years.
4 years back.
So almost 4 to 5 times.
This is 5 times.
What is the CAGR that you've given to the home buyers?
So far, approximately we've given out 30% on the principal.
And to learn how to do that, I'm joined here today with the real estate expert, Mr. Ajitesh, who is the founder and CEO of ASBL. How much did you invest to build all of this?
So we invested close to 200 odd crores to buy the land, and then another 350 crores in their construction process.
My God, amazing. So it seems like a very lucrative business being a developer.
So Sharan, whatever buildings you're seeing, right, the entire skyline,
Yeah.
5 years back there was only 10% of them.
This entire place.
This entire buildings, what you're seeing,
All of you builders are like playing Clash of Clans game, but you guys are doing it in real life. Putting one mall here, putting one building here, putting one school there. When it's still in the excavation stage, I'm also putting my money at risk.
Exactly.
So how likely is that the money gets stuck because of the builder's problem?
I would say currently it might be around 3 out of 10. So
Oh, it's still quite high, 30% of the time.
quite high. It's coming down. In real estate, it's very simple. You have to play the flipping game. So enter right when the work starts and exit upon get handover.
Ajitesh, thank you so much for agreeing to do this and coming on this episode.
Thank you so much, Sharan, and I'm super excited to connect to you and your audience through you.
And Ajitesh, I have a lot of questions about real estate because I'm very new to this. But first, can we start off with where are we? What is this huge building complex that I see behind me?
So, Sharan, we are right in the epicenter of Hyderabad real estate, which is the financial district, and in the center of financial district in ASBL Spectra.
Okay.
So, this is one of our flagship project where we are building 1,200 apartments. So,
Wow.
close to 4,000 people will be staying here
My God.
once completed.
How much did you invest to build all of this?
So, we invested close to 200 odd crores to buy the land, and then
Wow.
another 350 crores in entire construction process.
My God.
So once completed, we will be having a top line of around 2,000 crores
Wow.
and sort of a bottom line around 500 crores. So around 20-25%.
Amazing.
bottom
So it
line.
seems like a very lucrative business being a developer. So,
I mean, we were at the right location at the right point of time.
so Ajitesh, now I'm here to understand how can I get the best value for my money in real estate. I'm very new. I'm coming with a 1 crore budget. Can you please help me and show me what I can buy? Let's
So
go.
Yeah, let's go in. Come on.
We're going in this.
Yeah, it's 120 meters, 500 feet close to.
Oh my God, I've never gone something like this.
You're gonna have fun.
Is it safe?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Totally. Let's get up on this. Careful, huh?
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's how high in the air.
Shouldn't be looking down. Oh my God.
Yeah, so we are 400 feet into the air approximately.
Come, let's go. You told me that you invested almost 250 crores for this.
For this
Now-
land parcel, yeah.
Now, as a retail investor, let's talk about the prices for a middle class person who wants to invest.
So Sharan, now we are going into an as-built unit. So
Okay.
this is what a consumer gets when they buy an apartment with us.
Oh, this is like a ready-made tag.
Just like a ready-made pack. So something like this currently costs around 2.2 crores.
Can you walk me through the size and all of that? What is it, 3 BHK?
Yeah, this is a 3 BHK apartment. It has 3 bedrooms,
Okay.
right? And the carpet is approximately around 1,300 square foot.
Okay.
13 to 1,400 square foot of carpet is what this apartment
So, what is the rupees per square feet here?
This will cost, it's around 10,000 rupees on super built up. So the flat like this would cost around 2.2 crores.
Okay.
On carpet, it's around 15 to 16,000
Per square feet.
per square feet.
In Mumbai, it's about 60,000.
Yes. In Mumbai, 60, Bangalore, 20, Gurgaon, around, I would say most of the segment. Maybe ultra luxury ones, of course, cost a lot higher. But Gurgaon is also average around the 20-25. So Hyderabad that way is still way more affordable. And that's what is its key USP. Like, one is what I was mentioning earlier, the job growth and all which the city is offering. Second thing is, after getting a job, once somebody starts a family, what is it that they want? Better quality of life, right? one of the key aspect of better quality of life is more space.
Hmm.
So an apartment of this size, let's say this is 2,000 square feet, right?
Right.
In Bangalore, it's going to cost you close to around 3.5 crores.
This kind of an apartment.
This kind of apartment in this kind of area,
Hmm.
which I would say the city center, sort of urban
So now, let's say from an investment point of view,
Uh-huh.
if I buy this house like this,
Mhm.
you said 2.2 crores.
Uh-huh.
What is the potential of getting returns here
Huh.
if I buy it at this level, which is
Okay.
ready-made, ready to move in, start a family?
Got it. So for an investor, I wouldn't recommend buying a ready-made product because the appreciation is a lot lesser.
How much would it be?
See, currently here around 8%.
8%.
This neighborhood is what it will appreciate.
Okay.
Rather, let me show you an under construction property.
Okay.
So the much earlier the stage of construction you buy, the better is your IRR.
What is the right time for me to invest? At what stage of the construction should I buy to get the most return for my money?
Okay, as an investor, the best time to invest is right when the developer starts excavating the earth.
Oh, it's starting from the digging of the ground itself.
So let me just show you an under construction one. So this is how an apartment looks like after approximately 2.5 years of work.
Okay.
Right? So
So that you mentioned was 2.2 crores.
that's 2.2 crores.
This will be same size?
Same size, probably most of the tower at this stage would have been around 1.8-ish. 1.8, 1.85 is what we
So
are.
this is 1.1.85.
Yes, that's
and ready-made
2.2.
thing would be 2.2.
2.2. Yeah.
Okay. So that is not like a big difference, like a 40-50 lakh difference.
Uh-huh.
So in a span of 1 year,
Mhm.
it's not bad, like a 20% growth
Uh-huh.
kind of in 1 year.
Yes. But see, let me explain the math. The real way to make, how to get higher IRR in real estate, like how we were talking in the beginning, right? How to get 4x in 4 years is by using leverage,
Okay.
right? So let me explain what that means.
Now,
Right.
first tell me at what stage. So this is still after 2 years.
This is
it looks
2 years
like.
of construction.
So you said best is at the time of digging.
Right when they start
Like let's say, for example, you are constructing, you got this land and you're constructing here, and you started the digging.
Correct.
That is the best
That's
time
the
to
best
buy.
time to buy. Why that's the best time? One, the prices are the lowest at that point of time.
So okay, tell me for this kind of a unit, this is 2.2 crore ready-made, 1.8 crore, which is like this.
Yes, let's talk the same unit.
Ah.
When we started selling, like right upon when we started excavating, right, we sold it for 1.2 crore.
So it has doubled
It has doubled at the principal level. Yes.
at the principal level.
Yes. Let's say now you bought this flat at 1.2 crore. So you had to do a down payment of 15%,
Okay.
which is 18 lakhs. Let's round off to 20 lakhs.
Okay.
Okay. So 20 lakhs was what you had to put out of your pocket.
Got it.
The rest 1 crore you had to take a home loan,
Yeah.
which would be dispersed to us not on day one, like as and when we build. Let's say approximately in the first 1 year, we collect around 30% of your home loan is dispersed. Second year, another 20%. Third year, 20 like that. Every year, approximately 25% is what gets dispersed.
Got it.
So thereby, for this principal which gets dispersed, right, you will have to pay interest. Currently, I think the home loan rates are around 8.5%.
I pay interest only on the amount that has been disbursed.
Exactly.
So even if it's a 1 crore home loan, I have not been disbursed the entire 1 crore
Exactly.
because the builder, which is you, have not demanded that 1 crore
Because
right
it's
from
not
the
completely
beginning
built.
because it's not completely built. So you're also asking in parts.
Yes.
So my interest is also in smaller amount because I have been taking the principal in parts.
Yes. Like for example, on 1 crore, let's say first year I've asked you 30 lakhs worth of money from that, right? For every 1 lakh, you pay an home loan of 700 rupees, right? Interest. So 30 into 7 is 21,000. So 21,000 rupees per month is what you would have paid approximately for that entire year as
Got it.
interest monthly.
Interesting.
So for this 4 years, approximately your interest ka pura milake, let's say you spend another 15 lakhs,
Okay.
right? Now let's say you're selling the unit today, right? You're going to get the 2.2 crores. Now let's debit the liabilities from that. 2.2 crores, may say remove 1 crore which you owe to the bank.
Yeah.
So you're left with what? 1.2 crores.
Yeah.
Right? 1.2 may say let's remove another 15 lakhs worth of interest what you would have paid over this 3.5 years. So let's put upper side calculation, put 20 lakhs. So remove the 20 lakhs from that.
So left with 1 crore.
Left with 1 crore. What did you start with? 20 lakhs.
20 lakhs. So 20 lakhs has become 1
1
crore
crore.
in 4 years.
4 years time.
So almost 4 to 5 times
This is 5 times.
in 4 years.
Yes.
Wow.
Now let me even put a caveat here. This last 5 years, the market was in crazy bull run. So the market appreciated at what, close to 12 to 15%.
Okay.
Pertaining after predominantly the pandemic, right? So 2021, the market was unrunning
In Hyderabad.
in Hyderabad and most of India also. Now from 2024 onwards, there is a sort of a stabilization wave which is going on, right? So the last 3 to 4 years, we were appreciating at 12 to 15%, and not just Hyderabad, most other cities. Of course, Hyderabad has been doing incrementally better,
Yeah.
right? Now let's take a conservative estimate, right? Like invest 5x return is possible, like I would say 3 out of 10 years.
Okay.
But what is the winning recipe? By winning recipe, what is a return? I can get 8 out of 10 years. That is most likely to get. Bare minimum of 2x.
So bare minimum, you're saying I can at least make 2x in 4 years.
Absolutely.
Okay,
So
that's like almost like a 20% growth rate. Every
that's
year.
19.1% CAGR.
Okay.
Compounded annual growth rate.
That is an optimistic scenario, say,
Yes.
like a more probabilistic scenario.
More probabilistic.
Like
scenario.
80% of the time I can
You
expect.
can achieve that.
Okay.
For you to make 19.1% CAGR, right, in that model, what is the rate at which your property needs to appreciate? That's very, very important.
Okay.
If the property appreciates at 6.7%, then you can make 19.1% CAGR. Now, inflation in our country is 6.5%. So what I mean is, if properties appreciate as much as inflation, that's it. Then you can double your money in 4 years.
Wow.
Now let's diagnose some of the risks in this, right? What are the risks in this model? Of
The
course,
only risk is the builder ka reputation,
finishing
because
in
if the
4 years.
builder is not finishing a project on time,
Uh-huh.
then all my math goes for a toss.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes. Now, how do you what sort of research you can do so that you'll have more quantitative data
Yeah.
on, whether the builder is going to finish on time
To
or
make a
not.
more informed decision.
Informed decision.
Because if he doesn't finish and it's stuck for whatever reason, my
Definitely.
money is stuck.
You keep paying interest for, I don't know, perpetuity.
Bank doesn't care that the construction is not over. I still have to pay the interest.
Exactly.
So, Ajitesh, approximately what percentage of the time that my money can get stuck because the builder has not finished the construction? Because when I'm taking a property when it's still in the excavation stage, I'm also putting my money at risk.
Exactly.
So, how likely is that the money gets stuck because of the builder's problem?
I would say currently it might be around 3 out of 10. So
Oh, it's still
30%
quite high,
chances.
30% of the time.
Quite high. It's coming down.
So, what are the things that I can do from a research point of view to sort of ensure that I am in the 70% of the builders who will deliver the project on time?
Right? See, first and foremost, Sharan, what I would say is before purchasing any property, right, go to a developer's website, right, and in the list you'll always see completed projects. Look at the completed projects. You can as simple as, okay, how many floors are those projects? Let's say I'm somebody who I'm there in the industry for last 20 years, but I'm building all 5-floor buildings. And let's say the current one is something like this, like 40 floors. Then the risk goes up because as a developer, I wouldn't know the technical know-how, right? So always take a keen look of the past projects of a developer, right? And if need be, you can even reach out. If you want to do a little more research, you can reach out to people who are probably staying there. But if you want to cut it also, simply look at that. If that is like 5 floors and this is 40 floors, there's a difference. If let's say that's an office building and this is a residential building, again, there's an increase in risk. So as long as the continuity, let's say my previous project is something like 35 floors and this is 40 floors, then it's fine.
Got it.
So it's because, see, two things are very, very important knowledge pieces. One is the entire engineering know-how of how to build, a piece, like how to build this building like this, right? The entire technical know-how, what we say. Second most important thing is a financial know-how, right? Most developers are probably, if you have not seen the life cycle, you might have a not very good understanding of the financial life cycle, wherein which you might start removing the capital from the project much earlier, thereby leading to sort of a cash flow problem. That's when that's how most of the projects get stuck, because of cash flow problems than technical problems.
Got it.
And why I do say technical know-how is also important, because see, ultimately, if you are an investor, right, when you're selling it off in the future, it's an end user who's going to buy from you, not an investor. An investor cannot exit to another investor.
Correct.
He or she has to exit to an end user.
Right.
So only if the quality is good, you're going to find end user that day. So these things are very, very important.
So I've also heard some people who flip it within like 6 months, 1 year. They buy when the excavation is happening, and then probably they sell it at another stage of construction. Does that happen?
That also happens, right? When the market is very hot, like let's say the last 3 years ka timeline, it appreciated like in 3.5 years, around close to 5x on your principal. Right. If let's say you are happy with 2x, then you could have exited 1 year, right, in the first year of projects. But
so that also happens.
That also happens, but I wouldn't recommend that as a norm, because that happens 3 years in 10 years time. So a more ideal, I would say, sort of an expectation to have from real estate investing by leveraging. If you don't leverage, you don't get the return. By leveraging is around 2x in 4 years is a good, comfortable number. So Sharan, whatever buildings you're seeing, right, the entire skyline, 5 years back, there was only 10% of them.
This entire place.
This entire buildings, what you're seeing, 5 years back, just 10%. So Like let's assume you're seeing close to what, like
This is
100 towers.
the high-tech city. Yeah?
This is called financial district.
Financial district.
High-tech city is towards the right.
Okay.
That's the previous.
So what is happening? Why is this sudden growth happening here in Hyderabad?
See, first and foremost is the entire Hyderabad has become sort of capital for global capability center, or what's happening is all this global MNC companies.
I think Amazon, they have big offices.
Amazon. These are all tech companies, but non-tech companies like let's say McDonald's. Right, McDonald's has set up their entire back-end technology team out of Hyderabad.
So basically, a lot of job creation is happening, due to which a lot of people are moving to Hyderabad.
Yes. Yes.
So what is
like
that?
you can see, like you see the playground there. That's an international school, an IB school.
Oh, where you have to pay like 7 lakhs per year.
This
That
is
is
relatively lesser. It's 4 lakhs per
4
year.
lakhs
More
per year.
affordable.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's like infrastructure like these, like the schools, the offices.
What is
and
this?
That's like a luxury segment housing where they're doing like almost 8 crore per flat.
Wow.
So almost
How
$1
big is
million homes.
How big are the houses?
6 to 7,000 square feet, 5 BHK houses. This entire area, right? So that's what, like, you think about like how you use an app and continuously have feature upgradation.
Yeah.
Imagine real estate as a physical space, physical app, and you're having schools, malls, office spaces, continuously different upgradation to the space. And as and when space gets upgraded, there is an upside which one gets. So
It's sort of like all of you builders are playing, what do you say, that Clash of Clans game. Right? But you guys are doing it in real life, putting one mall here, putting one building here, putting one school there. Right? You guys are playing with that kind of
yeah, it's a million
resources.
times harder to put it in physical world than probably in the digital world. But yeah.
But it's a lot of fun. I love Clash of Clans. Okay, Ajitesh, all this talking about real estate has made me hungry. So I want to have the Hyderabadi biryani.
I'll take you to one of the best place for the biryani here. What
Let's
Hyderabad is famous
Let's
for.
go. I can't wait. Let's go. So you built more than 10,000 homes in Hyderabad so far, Ajitesh. Now, I'm somebody who doesn't like buying a house, right? So I always say rent. What is your opinion as somebody who is from that industry, whether to rent or buy a home? Considering I'm talking to somebody who is a 25, 30-year-old person today, earning 1 lakh a month. What is your advice?
See, if you're 25 years to 30 years, 1 lakh a month, there's simply rent cost. Buying.
Okay.
Right? It's best to buy real estate once you're in your early 30s, early to mid 30s, or just after marriage and before child planning.
Okay.
Because that is when you're sort of slowly fixing to one particular location, right? And your job is sort of fixed. In your 20s, 2 things are happening. One, you're more mobile. Like you don't know next 6 months which city your job is going to take you to. Your job itself might change.
Yeah.
So in 20s, it's always better to buy, better to rent.
No, but let's say even in my early 30s, now if I'm buying a house, is that a good investment decision? Because what we know is that if you buy a ready-made property or ready-made apartment, the best it can grow is 7-8% returns.
Correct.
And I'm parking almost 90% of my capital, tying myself to a 20-year loan. So how do you look at it, considering the youth of India today who are looking at it from an investment mindset?
See, Sharan, investment mindset in real estate, it's very simple. You have to play the flipping game. So enter right when the work starts. When a builder announces a project, and exit upon get handover. After you get the handover, there's no point staying in that investment, because simple, after you get the handover, 2 things happen. One, the appreciation is only 600. Let's go back to that example, like 6.5% what I've told, a bare minimum appreciation, right? In that, and you're going to have the full burden of the home loan coming in.
Correct.
Rather, you just sell out that home, repay off the bank money with interest and whatever, and you'll get 2x of your principal.
So basically what you're saying is, if you're buying a home to live in it, it's not an investment.
Yes.
It's a bad investment.
Yes, it's a bad investment. But nevertheless, yeah. So for staying, there is another notion, like there's another intangible value, right, of stability, which also needs to be added to the equation. But for investing, don't buy properties and keep them. Just flip them.
Sure.
And for investment, don't buy properties even for rental perspective, because rent mein kitna milta hai? Like residential properties, you get rents of 2.5-3%.
Correct.
Commercial properties 6.5%. Now both of them, there is in the case of residential property, there's a property appreciation 6.5%.
Yeah.
So 3 plus 6.5, 9.5% return, in which 3.5% is going to be your capital return. Rest is going to be when you sell the property.
Correct.
In the case of commercial properties, you have 6% to 6.5% is your cap rate. And
what
another
is
cap rate is your yield, right? Like let's say you buy 100 rupees worth of commercial property and you're getting 4 rupees of rent per year, then it means the cap rate is 4%. The return you're getting on your principal.
And usually in commercial it's 6%.
It's 6%, 6.5%, and a rental appreciation of around 4% year on year.
Okay.
Right? So that again comes to 10.5%. In your 20s, money running at 10.5% is slow. You should ideally run upwards of 15. Probably if you're somebody in your probably 50s, right? Then it's better to invest in commercial properties because sooner or later you're going to retire. You need income supplementation.
Interesting.
That's how I would solve this problem. Just by the way, so this is Google ka headquarter. What you're seeing to the right?
This one?
Yeah. It's Google's biggest office.
Oh, they're also the barricades they made as per Google colors.
Their logo. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So this office.
These guys are so particular about how they want it to be seen. Even under construction, they want to know that this is Google coming up.
Yeah. So,
wow.
And even if now that they explicitly mention it, even if they don't, we builders would tell more about it because we'll be selling it all for them, right?
Right.
So, but yeah, a little bit about it. So this is the second biggest office after the headquarter in Mountain View. They'll be housing close to...
This will be the second biggest Google office in the world.
In the world, yes.
Wow.
Close to 13,000 Googlers, 30,000 Googlers is what will be working here.
My God. So a lot of rich Indians are going to be living here.
Yes, and the smartest tech
And
folks.
the smartest, richest. So they're trying to make it like the Silicon Valley of India.
Yes.
My God.
And just as we pass by, so this is an Amazon headquarter.
Wow.
Just again, this is the second biggest Amazon headquarter globally after the one in their Seattle.
My God, so big. How many people work here?
Again, close to around 20,000 people.
How many?
20,000 Amazon workforce works out of here. This has been completed a couple of years back.
My God.
And as you look right across, Apple has a facility where there are close to 3,000 people working.
We're here.
In that building, in that building.
So as somebody who has built 10,000 homes in Hyderabad, Ajitesh, what is the CAGR that you have given to the home buyers?
So far, approximately, we've given around 30% on the principal, Sharan.
Okay.
Right? But however,
is that the norm in Hyderabad, 30% CAGR?
No, we have been able to give that as a brand.
Okay.
One of the key reasons why we were able to do, if you look at all our land parcels, they are right opposite an IT building.
Okay.
So we strategically chose these land parcels which are very, very close to commercial centers, work centers.
And is it difficult to sort of win these kind of land parcels? Because I'm sure everybody wants those land parcels next to a office building.
Yeah, it is. It's very difficult. One, they're definitely going to cost more. You have to bid the highest.
So it's a bidding process.
It is bidding, and you need to develop, sort of relationships with good relationships with all the landowners and identify, the entire supply chain has to be well thought through. You see, real estate is majorly about location and now product, right? So location is something which I would say 9 out of 10 developers intuitively they will understand it. Like it's whatever I'm saying is like it's possible. Like as a developer, that's our mainstream work.
Correct.
But the more complex thing in this is product market fit.
Okay.
That's something which most of us developers are not well versed with because there's no real data, right? So, in this location, what product sells, who is the customer, and depending on their lifestyle, what is it like? For example, I've seen when we sell to there's a lot of North Indian and Central Indian customers here, right? When we see their patterns of usage, they want more bedroom space, less toilets. Probably instead of 3 toilets, 2 toilets is also fine.
Who are North Indians?
North Indians.
Okay.
If you look at Telugu people, they want 3 bedroom, pakka 3 attached toilets, even if the bedroom is smaller. So there's all of this pattern changes, right?
Wow.
And North Indians are not very particular on Vastu. Telugu people are very particular on east-facing apartments.
Oh.
Right? They pay a premium for it. So you need to get your product market fit. It's almost done.
Yeah.
So Sharan, we've reached the location. Let's go.
So 1.8 coming.
Yeah.
I like it. Is it new one? Is it new?
Yeah, it's a new one.
So finally, we've come to the end of the day, Ajitesh. Learned a lot of things. But would love to know what is the next 10 years going to look like for you in your company.
So Sharan, basically we started ASBL in 2017 with 10 crores of capital.
Okay.
And injected another 40 crores over the period of time. And guess what's our sales going to be this year? Our revenue going to be this year?
500 crores?
2,000 crores.
Your 50 crore investment almost 7-8 years back.
This year.
Today now you're going to
sell inventory worth 2,000 crores this year.
Wow, that's some very fast growth of business.
Yeah, so so our business has been doing good. So we intend to further build on that scale, right? Go much higher because we plan to list the company 3 years from now, probably around 27, 28. And then we want to venture into various other cities of the country as well because we have invested in a lot of tech. Our technological capabilities are much, much higher.
What do you mean by tech? What do you guys
So we have built a digital twin system right? Essentially, whatever happens in the real world, right? When you're building a project, like you're building columns, laying tiles, and all of that, all of those transactions are recorded in our virtual twin, in a digital twin. And by using the data, the algo is now guiding us for smarter decisions. So that's our future trajectory. And even see, this is the best time. I think the next 10-15 years is going to be the best time to be in real estate. The
Looks
biryani,
like our
right?
Hyderabadi biryani.
Hyderabadi biryani, what we've been talking about.
Guys, the biryani is smelling so authentic. It's like the Hyderabad flavors. It's yeah, but you were saying the
See, the next 10 years is the best time to be in real estate sector, right?
for India.
In India, right? Let me share some statistics, right? Currently, we are 8% of the national GDP. National GDP is approximately $4 trillion. 8% of that is the construction sector.
Okay.
By 2032, we are projected to double our economy, 32-33 tak, which will be $8 trillion. By when we are $8 trillion, then the share of construction industry in the economy is going to be 15%. So economy is doubling, your share is doubling, matlab you're quadrupling in the next 10 years. And also the central government is coming up with a scheme called Swamitva, under which they're using drones and mapping all the lands and uska landowner details and digitizing all of that. Land records are being digitized. In fact, in Telangana it's already done. In Karnataka and Bangalore also I think it's already done. Various cities done. But imagine that being done at a country scale. You might be a farmer in let's say UP and you can pledge your land, borrow money and invest in Hyderabad real estate.
Wow.
That's going to happen. That's the next big thing which is happening in the next 10 years.
Very interesting.
And I think we are at the right point of time in the right place, right? So
Absolutely, and I think we are at the right place at the right time for the Hyderabad biryani also.
Absolutely.
On this note, guys, we're gonna wrap up because I'm hungry. Not had lunch. Thank you so much, Ajitesh,
Thank you so much, Sharan.
sharing your words of wisdom, your knowledge, your experience. I've learned so much about real estate, and I'm gonna keep exploring more and more about real estate because of this conversation that we've had. Guys, if you enjoyed this conversation and which has given you new insights about how to invest in the real estate, then thank you so much, and we hope to get better and better at this. So thank you so much for watching till the end, and I'll see you in the next one.